Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel. Guess what I've gone and done? I've gone and bought a Quest 2. I've gone to the dark side. But that's simply because of you guys. You've been asking me quite a lot this last couple of weeks if I would buy one and what do I think. So I think the only way I can actually be completely honest about it is if I tried it myself. So I really do appreciate all your support, and this is just me giving something back really and seeing what this is like in a PC-based VR environment. We all know this headset is incredible for standalone VR, and I'm looking forward to trying that as well. So if you're interested in watching me be really terrible at gaming, I'm actually going to try this in the garden and all sorts. It's going to be great fun, and Melissa's is excited to try this as well. So if you're interested in that, you know, great, let me know. If not, that's fine as well. This channel is mainly about flight simulation and VR, and that's exactly what we're going to do with this. I'm going to compare it mainly to the Rift S, to be honest, because my opinion is intact, guys. What it is at the moment, I can't imagine it changing much. The Reverb G2 is the quintessential, just incredible headset. My daily driver, I use it every day in all the sims. You know, honestly, I fly every day in X-Plane and IL2 and DCS, and of course Microsoft Flight Simulator in that headset, and I absolutely love it. But performance-wise, there's a ways to go with the software. Oculus, as you know, with the tray tool, you can lock it down to about 20 frames per second. And this is where I'm interested in this, because of the lack of screen door, because the panel in this is quite substantial. I know that I'm going to lose quite a bit of that visual clarity through that link cable, but how much is what I want to know. That is what I want to find out in this video, and I'm going to basically show you my very first impressions putting it on and looking through the lens at 90 Hz at the best possible resolution this can take. Now, just to let you know, I've got a link cable. I bought this off Amazon for £30, so it's not the official one, but it's a pretty decent one, and I guess we'll see how we get on. But first of all, let's unbox the Quest 2, and I'll keep this brief because I'm sure you've seen about 1 million YouTubers do this. So I'll just wind it on a bit now. See if the packaging, because you know Oculus are pretty decent at this kind of thing. Oh, I like that. Oh, actually, I like how it opens up. That's pretty cool. And there you are. That's the Quest 2 inside there. And I'll just get back to the camera again. Let's just see what the controllers feel like in comparison. Oh wow! I tell you what, straight away, they are way nicer in the hand than the Rift S. I mean, the Rift S controllers are fantastic, but look at the size difference there. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but these are huge. These remind me of the old CV1 controllers. Not quite up to the same standard of build quality, but I have to say, compared to the Rift S controllers, much better build quality. I was not expecting that from a £300 headset, so that's good straight away. And comparing them to the G2 controllers, as you can see here, the G2 controllers are massive. I actually quite like the G2 controllers, quite honestly. I think they're really good. But again, once again, I do feel that Oculus have outdone themselves with the controllers. They've always been good at that. We know this. Now it's time to look at the headset here. Now this is my very first standalone device, shall I say. And I'm really intrigued to see what this feels like. Now straight away, I can definitely feel that there's a bit of a weight to it, but that's expected with the sort of XR chipset in it. But in terms of the device itself, it feels quite nice actually. It feels good quality, very nice quality actually. Just take this off here, can you see guys? That is the headset. And what we'll do is we'll peel the lens off. And then that's all we'll do, and next time you'll see me, we'll be in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Told you I'm not going to mess around too much with this video, so I always like to do this on camera. Oh, listen to that. That's very satisfying. You know, I really do like doing that. I'm a bit weird. Right, here we go. The last one. Let's peel that lens off. And look into that lens, because we're about to go into Microsoft Flight Simulator VR in the Quest 2. Here we go. Okay, so welcome back. We're now in Microsoft Flight Simulator with the link cable with the Quest 2. So, let's see how this feels. Now I've set my refresh rate to 90 Hz, which does make a difference. And if I can get into the head strap isn't brilliant, to be honest. I need to definitely go for the Elite strap at some point. So my first impressions, really, if I can get this on properly, is that, you know, it's just no screen door. So that's really, really nice, I've got to say. Having an Oculus headset on with no screen door is great, but unfortunately there's a few things that I need to be honest about here. Like, you really need to bump up your super sampling, definitely, and that actually has a harder effect on your computer than you would super sampling probably even the G2 in some ways, because the GPU is already it's working really hard to basically feed all that video from that USB into the headset. It's decoding all that, so I can hear my 1080 Ti card. It's working quite hard, so that's not great. What's it like inside the sim itself? Well, to be honest, I've set my super sampling in the tray tool to 1.5, and you really do need that. And with that, it's actually quite a crisp image. Is it better than in the Rift S though? That's the question. So I'm going to do a circuit here. We're at Innsbruck. You can see I'm messing around here with the strap because it's still not quite right, to be honest. I need to get it a bit tighter. I'm used to the G2 for comfort. Right, anyway, let's just crack on here and see how we get on. We're going to do a little circuit here at Innsbruck. You just change the view here, there we go. Right, so brakes are coming off, and see how it feels. Okay, straight away, I haven't got my pedals. Oh, damn it, right, I'll be back in a minute. My pedals are not connected. Such a noob. Okay, welcome back. We're now doing some grass cutting. This is all part of my test with the Quest 2 to see what the grass looks like in snowy conditions. Right, anyway, we're back on the runway again. We're actually in sort of really low 18 frames per second mode, and it's very smooth, I've got to say. It won't look like that on the image, of course, but it's a bit pixelated, to be honest. My first impressions, I'm a little bit disappointed. It's so nice not to have screen door, but then you can definitely tell that the image is compressed. It feels a little bit like I'm looking at a YouTube video at 480p. You know, I guess I can, yeah, that's kind of how it feels. And this is quite a large panel in front of me. This C172 doesn't have a G1000 or anything. I can read the text on the GPS there, but as I'm looking out, it's very smooth. Because you've got that beautiful Oculus software, which makes a big difference. Let's have a look outside here. That's a beautiful snowy scene for sure. Question is it sharper than the Rift S? I don't think it is, to be honest, guys. Not with my first impressions anyway. And we're getting a few flashes as well. That's a known problem with Oculus headsets at the moment. Let me just try changing the tray tool to 27 or 30 frame rate mode, because we are at 90 Hz. Oh, that does feel nice actually. That's smooth. In fact, that's actually better. You can probably tell as well on the screen. Yeah, that feels really smooth. So okay, we can get away with 30 frames per second. And Innsbruck, actually, I'm using the Orbex version, so it really is quite taxing on performance. But this is with 1.5 super sampling, and I just, I've got to say, the lack of screen door is so nice. But it's going to be one of them things I'm going to have to really test out. But I have to say, if you've got a Rift S and you're happy with it and you're thinking about upgrading to a Quest 2, I don't think that's a good idea unless you're going to use it for standalone VR, because it's not really that much better. Unless screen door really does bother you, you're going to need a really beefy computer, better than mine. You're going to need a really powerful graphics card, because your computer is basically, you know, doing a lot more. It's super sampling the image, but it's also sending a video feed through USB. So that's also going to have to be decoded, which is harder on the graphics card than, you know, just using a HDMI port. But the graphics quality really does suffer. When I've been using it on standalone, and the headset looks really sharp. It's really nice, but it just doesn't look like that in the sim itself. It's a great shame. So I'm just going to come into landing here. This is my raw first impressions, guys. I've got a lot of tinkering, a lot of testing to do, but boy, it's really smooth. That's what I love about the Oculus software. The smoothness of that terrain is really nice. Question is it better than the Rift S? Well, quite honestly, guys, no, it's not. It really isn't. I don't think so. If you've already got a Rift S, the thing is, at the end of the day, the Reverb G2 is the ultimate VR experience. And if you're in a position where you can't afford a G2 and you've got a Rift S and you're thinking about getting a Quest 2, if you're not bothered about the standalone VR experience, which is brilliant by the way, it's really great, and you're just using it as a PC-based VR headset, stick with your Rift S, because it will be better. Or it'll be about the same, I think. You know, it's certainly no better with the Quest 2. This is my first impressions, guys. I'm going to be tweaking and messing around with settings, and no doubt I'll get to a point where I'll get a better experience, but my raw first look at this is definitely one of a, you know, it's definitely a conclusion that I would say don't get rid of your Rift S for Quest 2 solely to use it for flight sims. And that really is my first impressions, so there's going to be plenty more to come. I need to do a lot of tweaking and tests on this, and I will let you know how I get on through the week. But I hope that is of some interest to you guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care, bye for now. Oh god, I'm off the runway again. It's icy. This is what it's come down to in lockdown. I never knew you were such a good dancer.
It's actually really bad.